You see these fingers?
Yeah.
They are not equal. Then one gentleman came up to me and said, you are a married woman. Instead of staying home and look after your children and your husband, you are leading teams all over the place. You dare not talk to me like that. So I gave it to him.
For the people that say I'm too loud, that sometimes I do too much, I'm here to shake tables. I'm here to cause a little chaos. I'm here to prove you right on They Say I'm Too Loud. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of They Say I'm Too Loud. I am your host, Nibuke, and today I have my Grandma Bridget in the building. Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Nubueka.
I love that. I love how every single time, like, I'm talking to my grandparents and I'm like, hi, my name is Nubuke. They're like, no, your name is Nubueka. So, hi, Grandma.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm happy to be here. Yeah. You know, I've been watching some of your episodes and I like them.
Yeah.
So to bring me here is making me happy.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you to be here because even in preparing for this, I was thinking that, like, I get to witness your genius on so many different levels. Not only is she my grandma, but we actually work together.
Yes,
we do, on a very lovely project. So I get to see
the regatta,
the Buja regatta.
Yeah.
So I get to see your brilliance within the context of, like, just so many things, how you interact with culture, how you interact with other, like, adults, but then they're younger than you, but they're in a different generation.
Yes.
So seeing that, and so I'm very excited to have you here as well.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I was thinking, and what is a weekly routine for you like? Because I call you grandma, but, like, I feel like you haven't hit grandma. Technically, you're not a grandma because you work so much.
Yeah, I am a grandma.
Okay.
But that's my nature. I can't stay at one place. So if you talk about routine, I don't have any specific routine, but I like going out.
Yeah.
But not just going out. I have so many things to do. If I'm not visiting friends or family, then maybe I am about town. Yeah, so
About town.
Yes, I don't
like in the club.
No. Well, there is this golden age club that we attend. I attend with grandma.
Yes.
But that one is once a
month.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, like, my favorite initiative. And in case you don't know what she's talking about, it's called Golden Chapter. And Golden Chapter is, like, an event gathering that the grandparents go to every month where they just do, like, different activities.
Yeah, we listen to talks. We do aerobics.
Ooh.
Yes. We play games.
Yeah.
Ludo.
Sometimes they do makeup classes.
We have makeup classes, even how do you call it?
Styling?
Styling and so on.
Okay.
Bead making.
Yeah.
And so many other games that we play. Yeah.
Okay. So
just to take our minds off, growing old.
Yeah. It just, like, keeps you busy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Grandma, a couple of people have submitted problems and they need your help, because I had an episode, and if you haven't watched it, go and watch it, but I had an episode with two of my grandmas, Grandma Maggie and Grandma Kafui, and we were talking about so many things. We're talking about cheating, we're talking about love, we're talking about dating. But Grandma, I feel like you've had such a colored career and colored life, in the sense that I feel like from seeing it, you've had a lot of your dreams come true, at least, like, work-wise dreams. And you can tell me if I'm, like, completely off. So I wanted us to really talk about, like, the future and what does building look like, and building your legacy. And I'll get to all the questions, but the people have sent their problems in. So the first problem goes like this. Hi, Grandma. I'm 25 and I have so many ideas. I want to start a company, a community garden project, even a podcast like this. But every time I think about starting, I get overwhelmed by the thought of failure. What if that doesn't work out? What if I look foolish? I keep waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. And as a result, I do nothing. My friends call me a dreamer, but I feel more like a procrastinator with big ideas. Help me break free.
I would tell you, my dear, that if you don't start, you wouldn't know what to do. It's good to have dreams. It's good to have so many goals. But the most important thing is to have the courage to start. You don't leave your dreams unfulfilled. But if you don't attempt it, or if you don't fail, you will not be successful. Most big companies, or big business people today have failed one way or the other on the path, to success.
Have you failed?
Yes. When I finished my national service, I wanted to become a teacher. I went to Legon, which is not a training school for teaching. It's the University of Cape Coast that time, which was purposely built for training teachers to the high level.
Yeah.
So after you've left other universities and you want to go into the teaching field, you have to go to the University of Cape Coast for 1 year to do the diploma in teaching. And that qualifies you to teach. So I had wanted to after national service. And I had to go for an interview to be picked, to be selected to go to Cape Coast. And I went for the interview with all preparation and hope that I will go to University of Cape Coast. But when I appeared before the committee, the panel, I can't remember the serious questions they asked me.
Wait, you had to go in front of like a panel?
Yeah, you have to. I think 3-member panel.
So they'll ask you like why
for
you
interviews,
want to be a teacher.
and I didn't even understand. I can't remember the questions they asked me now. But at the end of the day, they say I didn't pass. So they just wrote to tell me they were sorry I wasn't successful at the interview.
And
so
how
that
did you
was
feel
it.
when that happened?
Well, it was hard for me initially, but I took it as one of those things. And that those days I was young.
Yeah.
So I knew that there would be other opportunities for me. So
did other people have to like talk you out of it though? Or did you?
No, nobody talked me. I didn't even tell anybody I was, going for an interview to become a teacher, to go to school to become a teacher.
Why?
By then I was in the village, Peki Secondary School. Yeah, so I didn't tell anybody. But then my friends, 2 friends of mine who were in the civil service then, they bought the civil service forms for me. That time we have a graduate entry form into the civil service. They bought a form for me by force.
Yeah.
And encouraged me to complete it so that I could enter the service. Well, I didn't hesitate because I had no choice, because here I was, I finished my national service and then stayed on for another year.
Yeah.
So I need to move on.
Yeah.
So I completed the form and submitted it, and then took the exam, passed, did the interview and passed, and then entered the civil service. And you can imagine what the Ghana Civil Service did for me.
Yeah.
To the extent that I worked hard, went through all the ladders of seniority.
Yeah.
And ended up.
We'll get there. No. You can't.
So you see, so this shows that your first attempt at your goal may fail, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Look for other alternatives.
Yeah.
Some people will say it's my passion. So if I don't get that passion fulfilled, I have failed. But that is not life. Sometimes life can decide or determine your future without you even playing a role in it. So I would tell my good friend who has asked the question that he should try.
Okay.
He should make the first attempt. Because if you don't make any attempt at any of your goals, how do you know you will fail or you will succeed? Yeah, so it's very important that let her or him think about all the goals that he has, and select one and try his or her hand at it. So if he fails or if it didn't go the way he wanted or she wanted, he should try another one.
Yeah.
He will make it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you should write down your list of goals, and if one of them doesn't work, then you try.
Another one.
That's good. So so you believe in the idea of us dreaming bigger. So like not just I guess like my question is like not just attaching yourself to one thing.
Yes, if you attach yourself to one thing, even if you attach yourself to one thing, and you are sitting down thinking that you will fail.
Yeah.
What about if I fail?
Yeah.
You are not helping yourself.
Yeah.
Attach yourself to one thing, try it.
Okay.
And sometimes you may try it one way, you may fail. Try another one or another way.
Yeah.
If that is your passion,
Yeah.
you will make it.
Okay.
But you don't just sit down and moan
Yeah.
over failure, which when you have not even started.
Grandma, you're preaching to even me that I'm sitting here. All right. So I have a similar one, but this one is more on the note of comparison. So the person goes, everyone on my social media seems to be thriving. My old high school friends are getting promotions, buying houses, getting married, or traveling the world. Meanwhile, I'm still figuring things out, working at a job I don't love and living at home. I feel like I'm falling behind, that I'm not achieving anything significant. How do I stop comparing myself to others and just focus on my own journey without feeling like a failure? Because you've talked about the idea that we'll fail, right? But how do you fail forward without feeling like a failure? Like, it's one thing to fail.
One thing that we must know in life is that, you see these fingers,
Yeah.
they are not equal.
Okay.
You can never be equal. You don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody is towing his or her line, God-given line.
Yeah.
And yours may come this morning, another one will come in the afternoon, another will come in the evening.
Yeah.
Look, I have been in class with people, with classmates
Yeah.
who, could be considered not as good, those days. Some of them, were lagging behind and so, but somewhere along the line, you feel they blossom.
Yeah.
They are bigger than you. They are better than you in terms of maybe accumulation of wealth and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you ask yourself, so you went to school, you were doing better in school then. You understand? So I don't believe in comparisons, especially comparing yourself with another person.
Yeah.
Because if you know what is called destiny, everybody's destiny is different. There are some people who never been to school, but they are millionaires now.
Absolutely.
Yes. So why do you sit down comparing yourself? It means that those people, they have discovered their niche. They've discovered what they can do well, and they did it and they made it. If you think you want to be a carpenter, a hairdresser, and so on, if that is what you think you can do well, just go for it. Don't compare yourself at all.
Yeah.
You'll be losing out.
Yeah.
Yes, because the comparing yourself to other people without doing anything for yourself will not get you out of that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because none of your 5 fingers, none is equal.
No, the 5, are they equal?
No.
Yes.
High five, Grandma. So I kind of want to circle back to you and your story, because I like how you're saying that things don't automatically work out the way that you've always planned. So my first question for you is, what's one significant mistake or unexpected detour you took in your life or career that in hindsight actually led to something positive or taught you a crucial lesson?
As for my career, I have no regrets anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no regrets anywhere because growing up, right from the beginning of my career, I was determined to work hard.
Where did that come from?
Well, maybe it's innate. My grandmother used to say, hard work breaks no bones. I don't look for favors in my career. I don't look for favors. Whatever positions that I held, I really worked for it.
So talk me through your career. So you finish your national service. So what's the civil? Please explain to the people that tell me what's the
civil service working with the central government.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Either a ministry or a department.
Okay.
Yes. So I entered the civil service in 1975.
Whoa! That was long ago. I wasn't even born, Grandma.
No. Yeah, and then I went through the mill, then became chief director, which is the highest position in the civil service, in the ministries.
How long did it take you from, what was the first position?
Assistant director, they call it, assistant director. By that time, we call it administrative officer class 4.
So how?
But now it's assistant director 2B.
Okay. So how long did it take you from when you first entered the civil service all the way to chief director? How many years between that?
Maybe some 30 something years. Yes. 75. I became a chief director in 1999.
I was born.
That's when you were born.
That was when I was born. Yeah.
Yeah, so I became a chief director in 1999. So you can do the calculation and see, I think it's over 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
long
it's a long haul. Yes.
Okay.
It's a long haul.
And you're saying no mistakes in there. Like it was very much, when you entered, you knew this was the end goal?
Well, I was aiming at it.
Okay.
I aimed at that time it was principal secretaries.
Okay.
That's the end of the road. And I was asking myself that I want to be there.
Okay.
So that was my aim. And I knew that nothing else would take me there than working hard. So I worked hard for it.
You were a young woman. You had just entered this field. Was there ever an instance where you felt like people underestimated you as you were going up the ranks? Because 30 years, and this is back in the day, so this was when, I guess, women's equality and rights were not as advocated for as they are now. So what was that like, being a woman moving through the ranks? Yeah,
that one is true. The discrimination was there.
Yeah.
But I think my own, how do you call it, demeanor.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing that I always say favors me. Can you guess? My height.
Oh, because you're tall. So no short man is going to tell you nothing.
My height. So I am very imposing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I do not compromise on anything that will hurt me.
Okay, so
yeah. So I work hand in hand with my colleague men.
Okay.
And I wouldn't allow you to look down on me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I a couple of times some people would like to pull you down.
Yeah. So can you give me an example of what?
Well, I remember vividly. I was working in the a department that we call the Management Services Department. I was on secondment there because there was work to be done, and some of us were seconded there to help them do the work. And I led a team of younger colleagues to so many ministries and outside Accra and so on to work. Now, when we came back, submitted a report, the report was well received. Then one gentleman, I don't know what happened, came up to me and said, you are a married woman. Instead of staying home and look after your children and your husband, you are leading teams all over the place. I said, can you repeat that? He kept quiet. He said, you dare not talk to me like that. How dare you? So I gave it to him. And unfortunately, he died. Now and the time that he was alive and we were meeting, he wouldn't look at me twice. He
You think
wouldn't.
that's what drove him to an early grave?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I said, how dare you? Did my husband complain to you?
That's crazy.
Did my children complain to you? Why? How can you tell me that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think he was joking?
He wasn't joking. He wasn't joking. The reason later I got to know that he was also aiming at leading a team.
Okay.
But I was selected to lead a team. I didn't select myself.
Yeah.
You were there and you were not selected, I'm sure. And I was not the only one.
Yeah.
We were about 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
And I was the only woman leading a team. And that pissed him off.
So were there ever times where like you went home to cry? Like I guess I'm trying to really understand, what does that look like to be the only woman in these teams? Because I'm just like,
No. You know, you have to be tough. Yes. You know, I don't easily cry.
Okay.
Even my children would tell you. I don't let things bog me down.
Have you always been this way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe when I was younger, I was a bit shy. But I don't cry easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
You know, even today, when the environment for women to move on the career ladder has been prepared for us, when things are easier, we now have more men understanding our issues and so on. Even now, that subtle discrimination is there. It's still there.
Yeah.
Because many men will not understand why a small girl like you or a woman like you will come and lord it over them.
Yeah.
What a man would tell them that they would take seriously or lightly, when you as a woman, you say it.
Yeah.
You are maybe stubborn, disrespectful, arrogant, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But me, one thing that helped me also is that, yes, I know that we are living in a certain culture, a culture that does not allow you to be yourself or to go beyond your womanhood. So I know how to handle men.
Okay, talk me through that. Give me. I guess
because I have worked with so many men.
So what would you say, especially in Ghana? This is good. This is good because I feel like everybody has that person in the office that they are just like, I actually cannot deal with you right now, and people that are always discriminating against you because of something, right? What does that look like? Can you think of like 3 tips on like how to deal with men in a workplace when they are being discriminated?
Yeah, when you are a woman, already you should know that you are at a disadvantage because sometimes you even feel lonely because, you know, when, especially at the high echelon, your colleague men, after work, they can go and sit down and have a drink and chat, talk, and so on. You, a married woman with children, as soon as you close, you are running home.
There's other responsibilities.
There are other responsibilities. You can't just go sit down and do that. You want to get home quickly and look after your family. So in that situation, you have to know that you are alone. Yeah, you have to. You should know that you are alone. You cannot, because they will go sit down and talk, do their own things. The following day they come to the office and so on. But you have to be steadfast and then try and be honest in your job. Let your integrity speak for you, because once they know they can't joke with you, they respect you because of the way you carry yourself. So that was one of the strategies that I have adopted. I am
No nonsense.
I am no nonsense,
You also know
but I know my right. I am honest about everything. I'm transparent with you. I open the books for you. When you misbehave, I will not talk to you as I will talk to you as a mother. I will make you understand that what you have done is wrong.
But Grandma, I have some pushback for the, at least for the, you're a mother and you have to go home thing. Because this is where I guess it's very important to also like bear in mind, like, I guess the partner that you're picking. Because sometimes I do want to go for drinks with the boys after work. You know, like sometimes I want to go for drinks with the boys.
You are not married yet, so
yeah, so I can go for drinks with the boys.
yes,
eh?
you are not married yet. You can, if you have good friends. I wouldn't say boyfriends.
Why, I shouldn't have plenty boyfriends? I can have boyfriends.
No, boyfriend. That's why I said in inverted commas,
Okay.
not amorous.
But I'm saying that, why can't I have like 10 amorous?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No.
Oh, yeah, no.
No. One is enough.
One is enough.
Yes.
Oh, two.
No, one.
One.
You know, if you don't get along with that one,
Then
you
I can
can
leave you
change.
for an
Yes.
hour, yeah.
But have multiple boyfriends.
You don't think so?
No.
But
no.
dating multiple people though, at the same time, if they're not my
Well, it
boyfriends.
depends on you know, when in our circumstances,
Yeah.
when you say you are dating a boy,
Yeah.
it means you are in love. Yes, to me.
So what would
That's
I
my-
call it if I wasn't in love? What would you say? Would I be courting him, or would I
Courting?
just talking to him?
Yeah, you're talking. It's your friend.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's your friend.
Until I'm in love, you're my friend. Yeah. Okay. So I get it. I don't know. I guess, okay, cool. Before we even get to the part about the respect, okay, this is where I guess my brain is trying to fathom. How are you juggling having those two different responsibilities, right? Because it feels like, and the reason I was even asking the question is because, like, I don't want to have to be a boss at work, then go back home and also be a boss of my kids, and then go back home and be like a boss of my household. Like, something's got, like, what does that look like
You
to
balance.
balance those two things? Because maybe, and this is why I'm saying that, sometimes I too just want to go for a drink. You know, because if the men can suspend their responsibilities, you know, and go and drink, and when they finish, they're not thinking because their wife is taking over the household in that way, then what if I want a day where I don't want to be a mom, but like I don't want to have to step into the totality of the role of a mother because I just need a break and a nap and a beer with the boys.
Well, it's a difficult question. That is why I'm saying now you are single, you can do it freely. But imagine yourself having a baby, maybe 3 months old, and you had to go back to work, and you left that baby maybe in the care of house help or even your mother and so on.
But Grandma, my husband can be on
He's also working.
paternity leave.
Yeah, you rotate, eh? Well, if that is the case, yeah, fine. But then, you see, as a woman, your own,
Yeah, like you want to be there. Like
you
I
want to be there.
Yeah.
You are so anxious to get
yeah.
back to your baby as early as possible.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't like to leave your baby
Even me right
and
now,
then
the baby
go
doesn't exist. I want to be with my baby. Then
yes,
imagine.
and then go and sit down and just drink and talk.
Yeah.
No, I don't think God has made women like that. Yeah, maybe once a while you can arrange with your husband and you go and drink together.
Yeah.
But you see the implications also.
There was also that. The fact that.
The implications also for you mingling with married men or unmarried women after work.
But Grandma, that's not
Spending-
fair.
Why? It's fair.
Because if I'm married and they are married, then surely we should.
No,
be
you
equal.
see, there is something in nature that you cannot avoid. You know, what do they say? They said, unlike poles attract each other. You know that. Yes. If you continue to do that, you may not. Temptations are very, very real. And if you don't take care, you can fall for the temptation and then lose yourself and lose your integrity.
Hey, Grandma.
Yes.
Hey, Grandma.
So I wouldn't advise it.
That you should be okay. I've heard I shouldn't. You don't advise that I would just be frolicking around with married men, even as a married woman.
No. It's not allowed. If you that is why you should be close to your partner.
Grandma, I'll be close to my partner.
You're close to your partner. Do things in common.
We'll do things. You even come for drinks with me and the boys.
Well, if he wants to come, fine. If he's there, then that's fine.
He can come. He also can
Yeah,
come.
but if he doesn't want to come, you can't force him.
I can't force it.
Yes.
Okay. Noted. But okay, so on this conversation of kind of like love and navigating love and careers, right? You had a demanding career. Did love help or distract your ambitions?
Well, love helps.
Okay, tell me
It
why.
helped. No, it depends on, what period you are looking at. I started my career at the same time when I was getting married. So having started my career and in a marriage, we are in love, and we are both.
Where did you meet him?
Pardon?
Where did you meet your man?
In Accra.
Okay. So there's love in Accra. You tell the people they can find love in Accra.
Love is everywhere. If you want it, you find it.
Okay. So you met and you...
So he was working, I was working.
Yeah.
We had children. Those days it was easy to get house helps. So we had house helps that helped us with our children. But I wouldn't say the responsibilities of looking after the family as we are preaching now, where there is a shared responsibility between the man and the woman, was there that time.
So talk me through what the responsibilities back then looked like.
Well, as a woman, the house is your office. You have to do everything. Clean, cook, wash, even iron. Yes. Get the children ready for school, take them to school. Sometimes, he will take them and bring them back. Yeah. But when you're talking about responsibility for the care of the home, the care of the children and so on, the woman is or was expected to play that role.
Wow.
Yeah. Mostly the men, even though they say they bring the money, you can bet that they don't bring all the money.
Yeah, because the women also still...
Though the women will always chip in something.
Interesting.
Sometimes if you don't take care, you even do more.
Yeah.
Yes. But you still have that responsibility of taking care of the home.
So were you ever tired? And who do you complain to? Because...
Nobody. Who will listen to you? Nobody. There was a period I went for a course, 6 months course in the UK. And my children, I had to leave them with my husband, and my sister, younger sister, was staying with me.
Yeah.
When they were in school, I was taking care of those petty things. The exercise book is finished. The pen is lost, the pencils, the snack, this and that. He wasn't part of it, so he didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was away about 6 months or over. And my firstborn was in Wesley Girls then.
Yeah.
And I was visiting her, with things and so on. When I left, he wasn't. And there were times that through a friend I got to know she needed ABC. I had to provide it and so on. Then when I came back, my friends told me, and he himself told me, that he told people, or especially my friends, that he didn't know that was the part I was playing.
Yeah.
He was candid enough to say that.
Yeah.
And it was a difficult season for him.
Yeah.
because all those things that I was doing, he didn't know. He had to do it, and he couldn't cope. So if he was asked to write a book about a home without a woman, he will be the first to write it because he has experienced the absence of a wife from home.
So did you feel
it's not palatable. Yeah.
Did you feel like your relationship dynamic changed when you came back? Like, do you think it was more appreciative?
Yeah, very more appreciative, better.
Yes.
Than because, men, they give you money and they think it is their money that you use for everything.
Yes.
But during that period, he realized that no.
There's actually more money.
No. Yeah, so the dynamics changed.
Yes.
Yeah, for the better.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, and with this knowledge, if you went back, what's one rule for choosing a partner you would do when you're chasing like big goals? What's one thing you would look for?
But one thing I have to tell you is that he was very supportive of my career growth. I wouldn't deny him that. Very supportive of my career growth. So choosing a partner, as you are asking, sometimes you will not know the future. You wouldn't know, but I think what you should look for is someone who is caring right from the beginning. Somebody who cares about what happens to you today and also cares about your future, what you want to be in the future, who is interested in it.
Yeah.
If you get somebody like that, you know that as you go along, when you need his support, he will give it to you. Because there are some people who may not care. They are so self-centered that they only think about themselves. Yeah. So it's important that when you are looking for a partner, a life partner, you look for certain things. Like the person is caring, the person is kind, and the person is God-fearing. And the person is supportive. There are some people, some men, when you are sick, they don't care. Yeah. But when they are sick, they want you to nurse them well. So there are some red flags that you'll be watching out when you are dating or you are courting. Yeah.
When I'm dating my 10 men, right? Okay. So you've achieved so much. What does success mean to you now? Looking back, has the definition changed over the years?
Definition of success? Oh, no, it hasn't changed. Success to me is self-fulfillment.
Okay.
I feel fulfilled that I have gotten to where I got to. Yes, I am very fulfilled. I have no regrets. And I thank God for giving me the grace to go through all the barriers that I went through and so on and so forth to be what I am today. And I have no regrets, and success means a lot to me. But what gladdens my heart most is the people I have pulled along.
Okay, explain that, please.
In my career, I always like to pull people to achieve their potentials. I have mentored a lot of, especially women, in the both civil and public service to become what they are today.
Was that important for you?
It's very important to me because I feel happy and fulfilled by doing that. Let me just give you one example.
Please.
We had a program. In fact, they invited me, Civil Servants Association. Now they call it Civil and Local Government Service Association Ladies Club, which I was a pioneer to form. They had a program and they invited me. And then when I attended, I was to give a few talks and so on, which I did. Then when we closed, some ladies ran to me. I said, "Oh, madam, I've been looking for you. Blah, 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 blah. Do you remember you did this to me? Do you remember you blessed me and told me that one day I will become like you and so and so." I was overwhelmed. Honestly, I was overwhelmed. When you are in a position of authority or position of influence, don't keep it to yourself. Try and bring some other people along. You know, make leaders out of them. You know, and when you see, hey, you are here, this man is here, this lady is here, you feel fulfilled, you feel happy. Yeah, so that is the way I consider success. I wouldn't say I'm successful because I have made it to the top. I'm successful because I have brought other people up on their career.
And so, like, my last question for you, because I know we've been here for a minute, is what's next? You've gotten, so far in your life, you've done great things, amazing things, accomplished so much. What do you want to do next? Is there anything that you feel like you haven't done? Are there dreams that you still feel like are left to be fulfilled? What do you want to do now?
Honestly speaking, I just want to mentor and counsel. So I've even become a marriage counselor.
Hey, Grandma, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll come to you with
yes. I've become a marriage counselor in my church.
Hey, we need to have you back here to give us like relationship advice.
Yeah, and I mentor people. I give advice when people approach me for career advice and so on and so forth. You know, I could have gone into consultancy, but I told myself when I was retiring, I retired at 70.
Grandma,
so
it's not true.
Oh, I retired at 70.
Because you really keep doing more work. So is that even possible?
Yeah, so what I just wanted to devote my attention, the rest of my life, to my grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So that's why you see me traveling here and there. I love them. So I just want to be with them. They also want to be with me. So my focus is on them. Yeah. I've done enough, for other people. Yeah.
And now that you have time, it means you can keep sending me kebabs. So I'm very happy that you retired.
You wait. When I come back, you eat more.
Grandma, thank you so much for coming on my podcast and giving us some nice tips. Like, I think that we've left with a lot of helpful tools that we can now take on and like really try and apply it in our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you too. Thank you.
It feels